Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle, coming to you from Main Street BookEnds right here in Warner. If you haven't stopped by recently, come on in. It's always changing. I'm now joined by Colleen McGowan, who is the owner of a new store here in Warner called Buttonwood, and I'm so excited to learn all about it. Hi, Colleen. Nice to meet you.
Hi, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for having me here.
Yes, of course. Tell me all about Buttonwood. It's brand new in the last 6 months or so, which is so exciting. Tell us about the whole store and what inspired you to open it.
Okay, it's kind of a long story, so I'll try to keep it concise. There's so many directions I could take this in. I opened Buttonwood in August. I would say it was the culmination of a lot of divine timing. Walking down Main Street, continuously seeing this empty space, thinking to myself in the back of my head, maybe someday I could do something with that.
Fun.
Kind of keeping that there, feeling like, no, I don't need to complicate life any further.
Sure.
But I've worked remote since pre-pandemic.
Okay.
And I was no longer accessing the community around me. Mm-hmm. I felt like I was very happy at home. I was working at home. Why leave?
Sure.
And as someone who is very much a proponent of shopping local and accessing all that the community has to offer, I realized that the only way I was going to get myself back out into the community was if I really held myself accountable.
Amazing.
And so, one thing led to another. I talked to someone who introduced me to the building owner. My husband said, well, okay, so you're going to go see this space. What are you going to do with it? You going to open a shop? I said, no, I'm not going to open a shop. Well, I walked into that space and I just immediately felt something. And I said, all right, I'm going to open a shop.
I love it. And you never owned a retail store before?
No.
Okay,
never
brand
worked
new.
in retail.
Love it.
Had no idea that this was something that I would actually absolutely love.
A new project.
But I just felt like when I went in there, I said, I can do something with this space.
Great.
It didn't start as a shop per se. I felt like the space has 3 rooms to it.
Okay.
It's kind of long and skinny. It's at 11 East Main Street. And so I felt like what I really wanted to do was create some kind of community network, but that was kind of nebulous. Like, what was I going to do with that?
Sure.
So what started as an idea of more of a gathering space, like a small workshop area that might pull in different artists in the local community, quickly turned into, I'm going to set up a retail storefront that in that first space, and then I put a table in the back space, and I said, let's just let this evolve and kind of see what comes to life. So it was very much a, take a step each day and kind of see what came about.
See what it becomes.
Yes. So along the way, as I continued to talk to people and kind of try to figure out exactly what I was doing with this space, I ran into a lot of really talented people.
I'm sure.
And so it kind of became clear very quickly that, whereas Warner had places to shop, we have the gallery in here at Main Street BookEnds, which is fantastic. We had the public market.
Yep.
But I didn't feel like there was the place to specifically go in if you wanted to treat yourself or someone else to a gift without having to automatically turn to Amazon or turn to that convenient option.
Yeah.
And I know Warner is a small place, but I felt like there was a purpose there to fill a need, to be able to walk in and to get something, from a range of budgets. Something small and sweet to something that's maybe a little bit more of an investment piece. And it was right downtown, and it just felt like the pieces started to fall in place and come together. And I started meeting people that were approaching me, or I was approaching them, saying like I think we've got some synergy here.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah. So talk about the inventory that people can see when they come into Buttonwood.
Sure. So I guess I have a short list of criteria for what comes in.
Okay.
So it started with an inspiration of a seasonal focus.
Okay.
And by that I meant I wanted to, not just engage the makers in the area, but also our local growers. And so, we have the lavender farm here in town, and so, and then I had a friend who is a florist, and so I started thinking about like how could we also create these opportunities to go in and just enjoy what nature has to offer us. So that means like not bringing in fresh flowers all winter long,
right?
But when flowers are in season, you can come in and find fresh flowers.
I love that.
When it was the winter months, I had fresh greenery from a local farm here in town.
Amazing.
So there was a big emphasis on the botanical side of things.
Yep.
But perishables are tricky.
Yes,
So,
yes.
So you'll also find a lot of ceramic vessels and things to showcase your, whatever nature's bounty has to offer at the particular season.
Great.
I'm trying to kind of connect all of these things together.
Yep.
We've got a lot of wonderful candles, candles that come from, so I guess the other piece in my criteria is, we've got the seasonal focus, we've
Sure.
got the conscious focus
Yep.
of like how things are sourced, and so everything needs to be sustainable. I'm choosing glass over plastic. So this is your shop that you come into, you're not going to find plastic
Sure.
in there.
Amazing. Yeah.
At least minimally so,
Yes.
right? And then also emphasizing local. So I wanted to broaden beyond just the Kearsarge area because I wanted to also bring in new things people haven't seen before.
Yeah, great idea.
So I went with a 500-mile radius, and I
Okay.
figured that takes me all the way through New England, but then also out to the other side of New York.
Yes.
And so going around that radius, it's almost like you could complete that drive in a day, and that feels like it's in the local, like our biosphere,
Yeah,
right?
that's great.
So, yes, you'll find things that are local. I've got a lot of artisans from the Vermont area, from Massachusetts, from Maine, and of course New Hampshire.
Amazing. If people want to find more information, come see you. What are your hours, and how do people find out more information?
Yep. So hours, they've been an adjustment.
Sure,
to kind of
you got to
see.
figure it out.
So right now in these slower months, it's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Great.
Yep. I open at 11 each day. So Thursday it's 11 to 5. Friday is 11 to 5. Saturday is 11 to 4.
Great.
You can find all of my information online at buttonwoodshop.com.
Great.
I do not have a online marketplace, but
Yeah.
I do offer shipping. So I can curate a gift box for somebody based on, I have a few selected items
Sure.
that you can choose from, or we can kind of go outside the box a little bit. But that idea of like I can shop for you and create
Yes.
something special, and that everything that's going into that box is supporting an independent
Yeah.
maker or grower or somebody whose business is thriving because of where someone puts
That's
their dollars.
great, and you're handling the shipping part, which is fabulous.
Yeah, yeah,
It
right.
sounds like Buttonwood is the perfect place to come and find something if you need a gift for somebody, but also something for yourself too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
a little,
that's
both people get a gift, and I
Yeah,
love that.
yeah.
It's so nice to meet you. Congratulations on opening a business. It's
Thank
so
you.
exciting, and I think anything great to this Main Street area in Warner is a huge, wonderful place to be. So
Yeah.
congratulations, and thanks for giving me the lowdown.
Thank you.
Can't wait to check it out. When your Yankee Chronicle returns, we'll hear an Easter message from Pastor Charles Glidewell of the First Baptist Church in New London. Please stay with us on your Yankee Chronicle.